I knew my husband was about to become a billionaire from demolition compensation, but I still chose to divorce him before the demolition happened. In the end, all I got was a $2,000 electric bike. Then I used all my savings to buy a rundown courtyard at the entrance of a neighboring village. When my husband saw me, he couldn't help but sneer. He thought I had lost my mind. While he was dreaming of keeping all the money to himself, he had no idea he had already fallen into my trap because I had been reborn. In my previous life, the county planned a highway. My husband's home was included in the demolition scope. They were offered $10 million in compensation, but his greedy family demanded $50 million instead. After several failed negotiations, the developer got angry and decided to reroute the highway, and chose the old house in the neighboring village instead. But before that, he still sent his assistant for one last negotiation, and I happened to overhear their conversation as I passed by. At the negotiation the next day, I subtly advised my father-in-law to take the money. After all, $10 million was enough for a lifetime. Seeing no progress after a month, he finally signed the deal under my persuasion. But after they got the money and moved into a villa, they turned around and blamed me for losing them $40 million. I was thrown out into the rain that night and ended up freezing to death on the street. Maybe even the heavens felt sorry for me because I woke up back on the day of the demolition a year earlier. Before I could figure things out, the village head came running to announce the demolition news. But when my father-in-law heard it was only $10 million, he exploded with rage. He had seen on TV that others were getting tens of millions. Why should their 4 big tiled houses only be worth $10 million? He immediately declared they wouldn't move for anything less than $50 million. Seeing he couldn't reason with them, the village head left in anger. After he left, I praised my father-in-law's boldness. Said they shouldn't settle for a cent less than $50 million. My brother-in-law immediately said since my husband was already married, he should get at least $40 million from the deal. My husband objected right away, said even though he was married, he was still the eldest son, so the money belonged to their family. No outsider should benefit. Right then, he proposed a divorce. Little did he know that was exactly what I was waiting for, to avoid any delay. He rushed to finalize the divorce the very next day. Before I left, I kindly reminded them that the house could easily be worth $100 million, and they must never compromise under my instigation. The whole family stormed off to the developer to cause trouble. I used this chance to contact an agent, planning to buy the old house in the neighboring village in full, because I was sure without my interference, the developer would reroute the highway to that property again. But when the agent heard my request, he looked troubled, because the owner had gone abroad, and was hard to reach for the time being, unwilling to give up. I dragged the agent all over trying to get information. Meanwhile, my husband's family kept making a scene. A month passed in a flash. The rerouting deadline was near. Just then, the agent finally reached the owner, and quickly completed the transfer for me. From that moment, the house officially belonged to me. On the other side, my husband thought he was about to become a billionaire, so he eagerly borrowed $10 million and started spending wildly. But after a whole month of causing trouble, the developer still made no move. Seeing this, the family tried to block construction, and demanded to meet the developer's boss. With no choice, the boss showed up to talk to them. He wanted to give them one last chance, but my husband immediately demanded $100 million. The boss was furious. He left in anger, saying he needed to think it over, and I happened to witness the whole scene from afar. I knew my opportunity was finally here.